All right, y'all. Gratitude is an attitude. Gratitude is the mood this entire year. We are grateful for the little things. It's the little things in life that makes life worth living. Right. All right, so today I'm going to talk kind of fast because I have a philosophy that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the principle of gender, right? Some people know this as a Hermetic philosophy, but it did not start with Hermes. It was actually started way before that. So anyway, talking about the principle of gender and how, it's been watered down into sex roles, gender roles, and how the concept of gender roles is what's actually ruining relationships, and it's not the individuals themselves. And so when you put two people in a relationship and you say, hey, because you have this, you should do this, or because you have that body part, you should do that. And we believe it should be this way based on somebody who wrote it in the book eons ago. And although I wasn't there when it was written down and you weren't there when it was written down, we're still going to go by this, right? Instead of looking at what's right in front of our face, even the idea of gender roles in relationships, fundamentally, they do not work. But what does work is that if you take two people and you say, hey, you are a human and I am a human, this is what I am good at, this is what I am challenged with, this is what you're good at, and this is what you're challenged with. Let's see if we can balance and build together. Now, the principle of gender has always been about a positive charge and a receptive charge. A charge that can go and a charge that can receive. That philosophy had nothing to do with man and woman. What happened was it was a lot of numbnuts who could not understand that and watered that philosophy down into, oh, you got a PP and VV and da. And that's what happened. It became perverted. But that was not the original stance of that philosophy. And I'm going to prove that to be true when I say this. So if you look at a person's natal chart, a natal chart is a person's astrological makeup. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, it'll be a little chart that breaks down a person's masculine and feminine energy. I myself, I have 7 masculine placements and only 3 feminine placements. So how do I show up every day? I show up in a masculine way, in a way that I get things done. I execute. I'm a positive person. I'm like the sunshine, right? I'm not very receptive. I'm not very much like the moon. I'm not very in receiving mode. I'm more in the go, do, execute mode. And so if I show up in a relationship and because we have these labels of gender roles, if I show up in a relationship and I am trying to accommodate the other person's ego, I then become less of myself. I then become less of my 7 placements in order to accommodate a person's ego when that's not who I truly am, right? And so if we go into relationships and we allow people to be who they are, who they truly are, not these characters we're making up, who we truly are, then we can take the gender roles and throw them in the trash, throw them in the garbage, and actually begin to form healthier relationships that are built on human to human, not PP to VV. Okay, boys and girls. So go look at your natal chart. Scroll down to the bottom and see your placements. See where your dominant energy is. And don't reduce yourself for the sake of a societal norm. Don't be the tail when you the head. And that's not saying, like, don't take it too far and be like, oh, she one of them women. No. What I'm saying is that I'm a human. And you are too. And I'm probably strong.